Gerbils are very fun and active pets which are awake both day and night as they take small naps. They are quite low maintenance and they are affordable compared to other animals. They make great first pets, and in this video I will be showing you their basic needs and how to care for them. We'll start off with companionship. Gerbils are very social animals, so should never be housed on their own. The best combination is a pair of gerbils. You can have either a pair of males or a pair of females. Now this is the best way to keep them, and this combination is likely to last a long time, so I would highly recommend this. However, you can also have a trio of gerbils, so you can keep 3 of them together. I would recommend a trio of males over a trio of females because females can tend to fight a lot more and be a bit more aggressive to each other. So a trio of males is also possible, but there is always the risk they may fall out, so you have to bear that in mind. So the minimum size for 2 gerbils is 100 by 50 centimetres. Bigger than this is recommended, and this is just the bare minimum. There are several options when it comes to the type of housing you choose. The first would be an aquarium. Aquariums are very well suited to gerbils because they love to dig, so they are designed to hold a lot of weight. There is an option of a bin cage, but bin cages are not so great because gerbils can chew the plastic. Same with the commercial cages. If you get a bad cage, there is that possibility that the bedding is just going to come straight out of the bars. But there are some commercial cages which are sealed all the way around. You can also do a furniture hack. For example, IKEA have a lot of really good furniture which is perfect for making your own gerbil home. So just get creative and try and choose something as big as you have room for. Now moving on to cleaning. Gerbils are generally quite clean animals. They do like to use their sand bath, so a full clean is only really needed maybe once a month or so. But using a sand bath, as I said, is great because they will use this as a litter tray, so you can just sieve this out maybe every few days, and this just keeps on top of it and keeps it nice and clean. Now moving on to nutrition. The main component of their diet should be grains and seeds. I have some recipes on my website, so I will link that in the description if you want to find out more. The next component is fresh and dried plants. Veg can also be offered on a daily basis. Nuts and seeds have important nutrients in them, so may be offered as treats, but don't feed too many as they can be quite fattening. Protein is also important. You can give them pea flakes, soy flakes, or just dried insects, which is generally what is preferred. There are some cage essentials which I will talk you through. First of all is a wheel. Yes, we all know hamsters love wheels, but gerbils do as well, and a wheel is essential. 11 inches is a good size. A sand bath is also very important. It acts as a stress relief, helps to promote healthy claws and also a healthy coat, so it's a very good addition. Make sure it's chinchilla sand and not chinchilla dust. Gerbils love to climb, and this is a really great enrichment and a good addition to their accommodation. Chews are also quite important. Gerbils love to gnaw on different things. Toilet roll tubes are great, and obviously they are free, so this is a great option. They love to run through these, chew on these, and it's just a very simple, effective toy. But you can also get the wood off safe trees, and they will love to gnaw on those. Now, deep bedding is really important for gerbils. They love to dig. In nature they have burrows underground, so it's important that you can mimic this. You should also provide your gerbils with some sort of nesting material. Hay is a great option, providing that it's quite soft. Now moving on to hamsters. Hamsters also make great pets. They are nocturnal, so maybe not the best pets for children, but some hamsters are quite active during the day, so could make quite good pets as well. There are various different species of hamster, which I will cover in a moment, but they are very fun pets and have a very adorable appearance. Now, they are quite easy to handle, but it depends on the species which you get. Some are easier to handle than others. There are 5 different hamster species commonly kept as pets. First of all, we have Syrian hamsters, which are the most common, Chinese, Roborovsky, and Russian. However, Russian is just the general name for hybrids, Campbells, and winter whites. Now, Syrian hamsters are strictly solitary, so must be housed alone. You may see them together in the pet shop, but this is because they haven't matured yet, so they will get along there. Syrian hamsters are probably the easiest to handle out of all of them, and they do make great first pets. Next there is Chinese hamsters. In nature they live alone, so it's kind of best to keep them alone. Some people keep them together without problems, but I recommend keeping them alone. Next we have Roborovsky hamsters, which can be housed in pairs. They can get along really well, but they can also fall out. So you have to be prepared to separate their cage or buy another cage if they do fall out, because it's not guaranteed that they will get along. So Russian hamsters can live in pairs. Remember, Russian hamsters is just a general name for the 2 different species, winter whites and Campbells. Hybrids are a cross between winter whites and Campbells. Let's move on to accommodation. Now, hamsters run miles at night in the wild, so need at least 100 by 50 centimetres. It doesn't matter what species of hamster you have. The first option is an aquarium. You can get these on second-hand websites for very affordable prices, so these are actually quite good, providing they meet the minimum dimensions. Same goes with bin cages. They can make great cages and are very affordable, but must meet the minimum dimensions. There are also some large commercial cages available online, but you have to make sure, again, they are big enough, because most of them are not. And we also have furniture hacks. They only really need a full clean once a month, providing that they have a big enough home. But more often you can just clean out their sandbox, or if you have a litter tray, they can be litter trained, but it's really good if you have chinchilla sand, because this will encourage them to do all of their mess in here, and you can sieve this out every few days just to keep on top of things, and it saves you having to do a full clean quite as often. The next topic is nutrition. So the main component of their diet, like gerbils, should be grains and seeds. They do have quite similar nutrition requirements, but each species has a different requirement. They do vary quite a bit, so it's important you do thorough research. Fresh or dried plants are also a very important diet component. Veg can be offered on a daily basis. You have to be careful not to feed too many brightly coloured vegetables to hamsters which are prone to diabetes, because this can make their blood glucose rise quite a lot. It sounds quite confusing, but try to feed mainly green vegetables. There's a list on my website if you're interested. Nuts and seeds are also important in your hamster's diet, but make sure you only feed them as treats because they are quite fattening. The hamsters also require some form of protein. You can give them, for example, dried insects, pea flakes, soy flakes, or some sort of animal protein. Finally, I will talk you through the cage essentials for hamsters. First and most important is a wheel. A wheel is an essential. Most species require an 11-inch wheel to prevent spinal problems. A sand bath is also great, and this keeps their coat in a really lovely soft condition, so ensure you have one of these for your hamster, and use chinchilla sand. Children's play sand is also okay, but not so good for them, so I would recommend chinchilla sand. A nest is also very important for your hamsters to feel warm and comfortable. There are a few options. You can use some sort of unscented toilet roll, and this is quite affordable. Or you can also choose something like a really soft brand of hay. There are a few options, but make sure you avoid the cotton style bedding. The next essential is toys. Now, enrichment is so important for hamsters. You can get various different toys and fun items from your pet shop, and there are also some basic things which you can use from your home, such as toilet roll tubes and just basic things like that. Hamsters love to have tubes because this sort of mimics the underground burrows they would have in nature. Hanging toys are also great, and they do like to climb, so try to incorporate different heights and just make it fun and interesting. You can have a great time setting up some sort of fun activity for your hamster. Welcome back to another mail opening. We'll start off with the first question, which is from Kayla. Do you have any tips from changing from one diet to another? They are thinking about improving their hamster's diet to a more healthy and natural one. This really ties into the video today, which is why I picked it. So for the first few days you want to be feeding about 3/4 of the original mix, and then add 1/4 of their new seeds and grains mixture. So after it's been a few days you can then feed about 50-50, so about 50% of the original mix and 50% the new mix. Wait a few more days, then do 1/4 of the original and 3/4 of the new mix. So maybe do this over about a week to 2 weeks, and just see how they respond. So the second question is from Jessie, and she's asking, what gerbil bedding or digging material do you recommend? Megazorb is a great bedding for gerbils to dig in because it holds their tunnels really well. However, it is very dusty, and the dust can sit on their what we call respiratory systems, which can be quite harmful because of all the dust particles. So instead of this, I recommend a brand such as Hemp, and Hemp is completely dust free, and it's not the best for holding their tunnels, unfortunately, but you can bury different tunnels underground and layer it up with hay, and then this is going to hold their tunnels really well. Oh, you've never been up there before, have you? You're having a little explore upstairs. That's so cute. The final question is from Claudia, and she is asking, is this gerbil cage good enough with a tank to dig in? I'll insert the pictures here. Looking at the cage, unfortunately it's not big enough. The height space is really good, good ventilation, and it's good it's got different levels for them to explore. You can see it's very narrow and they need more floor space, so they need at least 100 by 50 centimetres, as we already covered it in the video. So that's all of the questions for this week. Don't forget you can ask some for next week, and I'm most likely to answer ones relating to rabbits and guinea pigs, because next week's video is going to be very similar to this week's, but with rabbits and guinea pigs instead. So now I'm going to be showing you some of the pictures which we got sent this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!